start to initiate the process of taking the domestic mechanism forward. And the first and the most important part of the process, I would say, is the consultation process, which we hope to initiate commence by about the second week of October, soon as we get back from the United Nations General Assembly. And we hope to continue the consultation process towards about end of January. And then from then onwards, we will start implementing the final ideas which will come through this process. And of course, we have informed Human Rights Council that we would be able to, not able to, that we want to put all these in place within maximum 18 months. I think more than any of these institutions or mechanisms we are proposing, I would say the most urgent need is to address that we call the trust deficit, which exists between the different communities in Sri Lanka, the Tamil community, the Muslim community, and the Sinhalese community. And because of being taken up, so to speak, on the garden path over and over again since independence, this trust deficit increased has increased over the years, and that is why we are determined to create certain institutions which will be able to give the trust confidence of the parties concerned. So it really is in our hands to come up with institutions which are credible enough to address the grievances of the communities concerned, and I would say it would go a long way in building the trust deficit. I think it's very unfair on the report just to hang on to one single word in a report which consists of nearly 252 pages, because I would say, I would say this is because many of the people who were expecting a blood-curdling report on human rights violations in Sri Lanka, they were extremely highly disappointed that they thought this would be something else. Instead, we have here what I would call a well-crafted, sober report, which gives a narrative of some of the human rights violations, war crimes, or whatever you call it, which may have happened during this time. And it is up to us to investigate and ensure that justice is doled out, and to ensure that such things don't happen again. And as the report itself says, I think it says a couple of times, that this report is not a criminal investigation but a human rights investigation. It is also very balanced. We were very happy to see that they have acknowledged the great strides the Sirisena Wickremesinghe government has made in the last 6 months. And also, they also have been very balanced in their reporting of the excesses of their LTTE. The report also says that the LTTE too stopped many of those hostages from leaving, and that even children were killed when they tried to leave those areas during the last days of the war. So I think it is a report which has been written with the best of intentions. We will ensure that whoever is behind these ghastly killings will be dealt with by the law. But of course, we would also like to find out, as I said earlier, who gave the orders to do so, because we know that Sri Lanka has always had a very disciplined army, a very professional army. And I know most of them, and I don't think anyone in the army had any need to kill anyone at all. Even though it is not a criminal investigation on the part of the United Nations Human Rights Council, we have to ensure that we initiate criminal investigations wherever there is enough and sufficient evidence to do so. So that the burden of carrying out the criminal investigations is on us, and that is what we wanted. We don't want any outside bodies dabbling in such investigations which will be basically done well. So once the experts here will decide the areas where we may have to call for international assistance. We have slightly differences in opinions about how it should be done, but I think after the consultations with the people, we could find a point of convergence.